Hi everybody. So unfortunately what I tried to record earlier totally didn't apparently record, and I spent like an hour just kind of talking to myself and recording nothing. So here's what I did do during that time. Unfortunately you guys didn't get to see me do it. But what I am going to do is I am now going to, I think, try and color it, or at the very least, get like the lines and everything done. And I'm going to show you a sample process for doing that. So you don't have to have a light tracer or a light box, but super helpful if you do. Basically, the paper that I use is Bristol, and I normally try to get the vellum surface. If you have your drawings done in red or blue pencil and you go over them very darkly with ink or other um, normal graphite, you can usually see through it. You just kind of have to be attentive to your details, sort of thing. So if you have like a lot of detail, I wouldn't recommend doing it. But if you're just trying to get like the basic general shape of what you have done, like transfer it to a different piece of paper, and you don't have like tracing paper or any other means of transfer, then then that method works so kind of okay. Because even with like the light board, it's still kind of hard to see through this because it's thick, but I still like using this paper the best just because it's it really helps me like when I'm using alcohol base markers, because it takes a lot of beating for me. Alrighty, so the character that I'm drawing today, or that I drew today, her name's Ostra. She is a D&D character that I made up to game with some friends with. And she is a moon elf that does a lot of fun necromancy stuff and is also our group's cleric, so she just kind of like bounced right through the warlock hole. Oh yeah, I need a deity to do both life and death stuff. She's like kind of like, yeah, well fuck that. I'm life and death. You don't know me. Much like the mentality kind of that she has, because as far as mentally speaking, she is certainly the youngest in the group. She is pretty young for an elf. She is in her early 100 teens, and thankfully she's not traveling with anybody in the party that is a human, but so far she does not like them very much. She doesn't get the whole appeal of humans. She's actually got one trapped in a necklace, but she didn't really put him there on purpose. He kind of did that to himself. It was another necromancer who was using kind of like an orb of death sort of thing, and soaking up a whole bunch of negative energy to try and use it to summon an army. So if you guys watch Overlord, you guys are probably familiar with that kind of plot line. Not sure why he was doing it yet. That point much hasn't been revealed to the party, but hey, she's got him in a necklace. Also, she basically schooled him and was like, whatever you did with this was dumb, and you shouldn't have done it because you're a human, and there's no possible way that you could have been able to control whatever the heck that tried to come out of this. Gosh, why do you have to be such an idiot? Thankfully, she's not a super bitchy know-it-all, but her curiosity does get the better of her sometimes. And so, as I was saying in the other video that didn't get made because of my recording mistake, I kind of want to do a vlog, but I have no idea if that would be okay for everybody. I know this is my channel, I can do whatever I want, but I kind of also want people to watch my videos. I mean, what's kind of the point of making videos in the first place, right? So people will watch them, sort of thing. But, I mean, don't know. I had a lot of stuff pile up this week, and it made it really difficult to get things done, and my motivation was really shitty, and part of that's my depression, and part of that is me procrastinating because of my depression. So it's not quite a vicious cycle, but it's certainly a cycle sort of thing that I've been noticing that I've been having to deal with here a lot lately. And mostly it's just me trying to like kick myself into gear and force myself to do things that I really don't want to do. By the way, this drawing is for a super cool dude who donated $20 to me so that I could help get a new pen for my tablet because I broke it on accident when I was trying to do some stuff downstairs. That was my mistake, going downstairs. In all honesty, I should just be the recluse, stay in my room. But yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to be social, and that didn't get me anywhere. I definitely think that is a problem that, as an artist, we have. Like, we want to be around people because, like, other people, we get lonely, and you know, human contact is necessary, especially if we want to like keep our sanity. But at the same time, it's hard to get work done. Stuff ends up going wrong. You feel like your skills just kind of like totally drop, because I feel like they do. I mean, I know some people definitely think that they do when like they're being watched. It's really hard to draw. Ah, I messed that up. That's why they made erasers, though. Thank Christ. I might even have to do this process again because I am super heavy-handed, and making indents is super bad for your artwork. Yeah, this is like really super not coming out the way I wanted it to. Why does this have to be so hard? So it's kind of coming out. Okay, I just gotta keep them together. Keep it together, Ghosty. But yeah, having a light board is super helpful. You can usually find some used ones pretty cheap. I lucked out, and this one was given to me by a coworker who's like, I have this light board thingy, do you want it? And I'm like, I don't really know if I'll ever use it, but sure. And then lo and behold, I use it. It's nice. Don't use it a lot, but I do use it, so it does come in handy. And so why is she dressed like this, you might ask? It's like, well, because I wasn't really sure what she was going to be when we first started, and when I first started drawing her, so kind of gave her generic fantasy RPG clothes. But kind of worked out well. She is definitely a wizard. And she uses her wizard powers to the benefit of her team, mostly healing them. And creating undead. She actually has a skeleton that follows her around everywhere. It's like her bodyguard. We call him Skelolass because he was in like this dwarven tower thing, but apparently he's an elf. We don't really know. It's kind of hard to ask him, since Talk to the Dead does not work on skeletons, unfortunately. Stupid rule changes. But yeah, it's really sad. He's like your only friend, and she can't even talk to him. But he kind of grunts and nods accordingly, which is nice. Gives her some kind of interaction. Oh, and I said it in the video that didn't end up getting actually recorded, and I was just kind of like talking to myself. What I was listening to when I was drawing her, and while I'm still kind of doing this, is a band called Dance with the Dead, and they're here on YouTube and on SoundCloud. Totally check them out. I pimp them. Especially if you like retrowave, synthwave, and that sort of thing, dark synth, heavy metal. They do all of it. They're super good, and I'm envious of their music making skills. And like basically I'll just kind of tidy this up once I get it all kind of in here. But in the meantime, just to save time, we're gonna speed through it. I also think like her hair is super long, even for an elf. Okay, and now that we kind of have our basic outline, we're just going to compare and take things away and just kind of, yeah, finish up the detail. And again, I'm sorry I'm kind of quiet. It's hard lately to find things to talk about. And for whatever reason, it's coming across in like everything that I'm doing. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying I've been really kind of antisocial, and I really don't mean to be. It's just if anybody watching has ever had depression, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, it's really hard to explain it to you because I mean it's something that you really have to honestly experience, and I don't really want anybody to experience it because it sucks. But at the same time, it just like it's hard to get the point across. But I guess the simplest way to explain it is that you don't really want to do anything, just kind of want to not exist. And in doing so, you just kind of push everybody away, and even people you normally like talking to and being around just kind of annoy you almost. And it really is, it's hurtful, but like you don't know what else to do, so you just end up kind of like pushing them away and hoping that, you know, they'll go away and leave you alone. And you can kind of just stew in your thoughts and whatever, and sometimes that helps, sometimes it doesn't. It really depends on how you view depression, how you get through it. I'm certainly not like a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and I don't try to recommend anything to anybody, but mean, it's difficult. Especially if you have no idea what's going on. So Ostra uses a spell to keep that book pretty small when she's not using it. And she keeps it in her pouch over here. And I'm going to trace over that speech bubble because I'm lazy and I don't really want to redraw it. It looks worse. It's usually what gives you away as a tracer, by the way, is it will always look worse. It never really looks better. Unless you're like mad genius or something. Don't like her face. It's not what she looks like. She should be like winking, I think. There we go. I think that was what was missing. She's still super cute. Now that looks wrong, so hang on. Yeah, that looks forced, so maybe change it to the other eye? I don't know, it's probably the mouth that's throwing me off. All of it's throwing me off. I'm not even gonna lie. Da, da, da. think we're gonna go with that. Okay, we're gonna move these over. I also like to super get close when I'm driving, and it's hard because I don't want people to see my face. Ah. I still don't like that though, like, why can't I seemingly do this? I think it's because it looks off. I don't know. I don't even like this one anymore. Like, well, we'll debate it. But that's pretty much it. What we're gonna do. What we're gonna do next week, I think, is we're gonna talk about character creation. Maybe do another sketchbook tour. Not too sure yet. But if you guys have any ideas about what you'd like to see next, definitely give me a shout out in the comments or something, and hopefully I can keep this going for you guys, or at least for me. Alrighty, well, I hope everyone has a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye!